seems to be meta to be negative. If you guys are constantly seeing negative videos recommended to you on YouTube, then I've got bad news for you. There's only one reason that YouTube would recommend negative videos to you on your front page. Yeah. Time to clear that watch history? Yeah. YouTube only recommends videos to you that it thinks that you want to watch based on what you have watched previously. So if you're getting a ton of, like, very negative videos recommended to you, it's because you click on them. Exactly like your vids. Oh, I make negative videos? Wait a minute. The other guy just said I don't make negative videos. What the fish? What if I watch a lot of D2 vids, but most D2 vids are negative? I feel like most D2 vids are not that negative, right? Mine aren't, at least, I think, right? What's the most negative video I've ever made? Have I ever made a video that's, like, just overtly straight up negative? I don't know if I have. Didn't you do a state of D2 video? Not that I recall. The thing is, though, like, even if I did do a video like that, like, I think there's a gigantic difference between a negative video and a feedback video. You know what I mean? Like, if you make a video that's just like, Destiny is doomed, it's dying, all the player count is plummeting, the game sucks, everything sucks, I suck, the vacuum sucks, Destiny sucks, it all sucks, like, yeah, like, that's a negative video, but it's like, I feel like there's a big difference between that and, like, Destiny is not enjoyable at the current moment because of XYZ. I think it would be better if this was fixed and this was fixed, and if they did this, it's like, that's feedback. And I think feedback is always extremely valuable. Like, how are you supposed to, how is Bungie supposed to know, like, what we want if we're not giving them feedback, you know what I mean? Now, there's a good way to give feedback and a bad way to give feedback, right? Like, oh, this thing sucks. I think anyone who worked on it should be fired. All the devs are lazy and whatever. Like, yeah, that's worthless. That's worthless feedback. That doesn't do anything. But then, you know, and then there's like, hey, I'm not enjoying this particular activity. It's not enjoyable for me because the enemy density feels really low. The mechanics feel uninteresting. It's, you know, too hard to find a team for it. It's, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's good feedback. And I wouldn't consider that, like, a negative video. At least not the way that the community typically calls things negative videos. My future with Destiny was probably your most negative, and that's like an 8 out of 100. I wouldn't even... I'd give that a 1 out of 100. At the end of the video, I say, what do I say? I say I'm gonna No! Let me live! I say what? I'm gonna continue playing Destiny and creating content for Destiny. I'm just gonna branch out a little bit. That's pretty positive. But yeah, I never get any negative Destiny videos recommended to me on my YouTube timeline, ever. Just because I never watch them. I never click on them. I just don't care. I just don't care. Right now, my YouTube is, guns, football, and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's my YouTube recommended right now. 'Cause that's what I'm clicking on. I also just, like, I never did any of, like, the Destiny is dying whatever type videos anyway, because, like, at some point I just noticed that it was the same exact cycle over and over and over and over and over again. There's annual expansion happens. Destiny is the best it's ever been. This game is so good. It's perfect. It's never gonna die. We love Destiny. And then 6 months later, we're in the 3rd season. And then we get like a month into that season, and then we're all like, Destiny's dying. It's the lowest player count it's ever been. The game is so boring. We can't survive another year of the seasonal model. It sucks. It's so bad. I don't even know if we're gonna make it to the end of the year. And, you know, like... And then the next annual expansion comes out. Oh, Destiny's the best it's ever been. We're back, baby. We're never dying. The game's perfect. We're good. You know, I noticed how cyclical it was, so I never bothered to make any video about that topic or anything like that. It's more about having someone like cross-subbed and watching them a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure that even if you're subscribed to someone, you're not going to automatically get recommended all of their videos. Like, the algorithm's still only going to recommend, over time at least. The algorithm's going to recommend over time the videos that you click on. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Have you clicked on an Asdacross Destiny 2 is dying video? Have you clicked on one? It popped up in your recommended tab. Did you click on it? No. Real quick. Even if it's just, you know, you watch for like 2 seconds. You're like, pretty much watching all his vids, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, that's why the negative ones get put on your page. Because every time you log on to YouTube, if there's a new Astrocross video on, YouTube knows that you always click on them, even the negative ones, so it's gonna shove them in your face. I don't really blame him for making those videos anyway. At the end of the day, people click on them. Clearly they want to watch them. I mean, I'm pretty sure those are like some of his highest viewed videos. Like people clearly like watching those videos. Play something else, please? Nah, I'm gonna play this. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you're a creator, like you're gonna make videos on topics that people want to watch. That's like that's literally your job. Bye, guys. Oh, wow. I'm not playing what he's I'm not playing an activity that he demands I play. So he's announcing his departure. Yee. That's an interesting one. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I don't blame him for making those videos. People watch them at the end of the day. Clearly, a lot of people want to watch that stuff and listen to that stuff and see that stuff. If people didn't watch it, he wouldn't make them. I don't necessarily think they're inherently bad either. It's just not the kind of videos I want to make. I don't get why people hate on what a streamer slash YouTuber is doing. I wouldn't say they were hating on what I'm doing. I just think, I think they thought that the world revolved around them for a second. By the way, I just said play something else. I didn't ask you to play something specific. Yeah, it's a... PvP player. That doesn't make it better, bro. You're not... That doesn't... I'm gonna play what I want to play, my man. I think you're kind of missing the point. You don't get to demand what activity I play. Or rather, what activity I don't play. He's not beating the allegations. Oh my god. His lawyer told him not to talk, and he is not listening. He's not beating the allegations. It's so funny. That cracked me up. Frost usually makes videos about negative stuff, but doesn't take a negative stance. I don't know. At the end of the day, as long as people's videos aren't like hurting anyone or anything, I don't really care what people make. People can make what they want and viewers are gonna watch what they want, you know? Enjoy watching beating this mission PvE over and over, guys. So fun. Hey, Chad, I'll bet you guys $20 that guy is still in here. A full 3 minutes after they announced that they were leaving because I said I wanted to continue to play this mission. But now they're in a predicament. They're in a sticky situation now, right? Because they either have to let me have the last word by not responding to pretend like they're not still in here, or they have to pull up and get another word in, proving that they are in fact still watching the activity that they demanded I not play. Which option will they go with? It's truly a rock and a hard place. It's a lose-lose situation. Dude, I just they're chilling in their basement right now, just like computing. They're like, oh, oh no, I gotta type. I gotta give him a piece of my mind. I gotta let him know why he's wrong. And then they put their hands on the keyboard and then they're like, wait, no, wait a minute, then he'll know I'm still in here. Oh no. Oh, but then I can't give him a piece of my mind. Ah. It's a truly difficult battle for that fella. TJ, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Gunner, thanks for the brand new Prime sub. Do you have more of Star Wars, by the way? Still no red borders, man. Do I have more of Star Wars? Can you be more specific? Yeah, I think you're missing some words. Dual Helix Ace, thank you so much for the 8 months of subbing at tier 3. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Helix. Highest tier sub you can be. You're the best. Yo, PvP player. I don't think your vibe's really fitting with the community too well. So we're probably gonna ban you from the chat anyway, but I know you're still in here. So before we ban you, I'll let you get one last word in if you'd like. You can get like one final retort if you want. Because I know you're still in here. So we are gonna ban you, but because you know can't really be acting like a Weenie Hut Juniors. But yeah, I'll let you get. I'll let you get a final say in. I'm a fair guy. Make it count. I want your Star Wars collection beside you. It looks really sick. You can't have it. It's mine. I got so much goodness, bro. I got all the Lego Clone Troopers named after everyone in the stream that's dropped a 100 gifted sub bomb. I got the ATTE right there. Shout out Disgruntled Technician. I got the Acclimator right there. I got the Rex helmet. I got the Republic gunship. I got the Arc 170. I got the Venator class Republic attack cruiser. Like I got it all, baby. It's looking nice in here. What's up, Gorkin? I don't think I've ever seen one of my clones on stream, but I know they exist. I mean, I can show you one of yours right now. If I can find one of them. There's a lot. Gosh, you're right there. A little dusty. There we go. I've been doing my GM guides with Dusty too much. He's getting on the clone troopers. Is that helmet wearable? That one is, yeah. Haha. Every time I watch you stream, it was this mission. Play something else, please. Bye, guys. Ah, bummer. Account was 3 days old too? Oh. Maybe he meant class. Please play Warlock streamer. I mean, like, bro, you can, it's perfectly fine to be like, hey, dude, can you play this class? Hey, dude, can you use this build? Hey, dude, can you do this activity? There's nothing wrong with that. But if the person is like, oh, no, I'm doing this thing at the current moment. Oh, no, I don't really want to do that. Oh, no, I'm doing this thing. Oh, no, I'm playing this class. Oh, no, I'm using this build right now. Like, if the reaction to that is to throw, like, a fit and be like, oh, well, fine. I'm leaving then. I want everyone to know that I'm leaving. I hope you guys enjoy watching this boring PvE activity. It's like, what are you, 9 years old? Come on. I'm messing with that. What are you farming for, by the way? The Season of the Haunted red borders. TJ gifted him a sub, though. But I don't like TJ, so. TJ made me very angry today. So honestly, it was a win-win. Well, I don't like you? Dude, let's go. Let's go! Dude, finally my master plan. Get TJ to not like me so he stops gift sub-bombing me. It's finally come to fruition. Victory is had. I played the long con. What were you talking about? Oh yeah, negativity in Destiny 2. I feel like to a certain degree, like, we as a community don't want to be too negative when it comes to Destiny, because then we're just kind of like, from the outside looking in, everyone looks at Destiny and they're like, ooh, everyone playing that game seems miserable. Maybe we shouldn't play it. And then, like, we don't really get that many new players coming in. So, like, I definitely think that there is... I think there definitely is, like, a line that we don't want to cross. But, like, for the most part, I mean, I think... people don't formulate their own opinions anymore. They just parrot what their favorite creators say. Yeah, that's a good thing. How else am I supposed to get you guys to watch me? if you don't need me to craft your opinions for you. If you guys start thinking for yourselves, then you're not going to watch my stream anymore to know what to think about a Destiny season or a Destiny update or a mission. Yeah, we need to, we need to keep that train going, fellas. Loved the new Yaptics episode. What was the new Yaptics episode that oh yeah, Dado stealing my raid emblem? Yeah, that was a funny one. You could try being entertaining for a change. You have any idea how hard that is? Way easier to just be an opinion printer. I checked the game out when a lot of creators told me it was the worst it's ever been, and I actually had a solid time. Okay, well, let's be fair though, right? Let's be fair. Let me break that down. Let me break down a couple things, right? Is mutually exclusive the word I'm looking for, right? Creators feeling like the game is in the worst spot it's ever been and you having fun on the game are not mutually exclusive. So I don't like if Destiny for its entire existence has been like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and right now it's a 6 out of 10. That does mean, and I'm not saying that this is how I feel, but like I'm giving an example, right? That does mean that in that individual's subjective opinion that the game is in the worst state it's ever been. However, that doesn't automatically mean that you can't be enjoying it, right? And just because you're enjoying it, also similarly doesn't mean that it's in a really good state, right? Now, here's where I think it's really important, right? I think with a lot of creators' videos, creators don't make videos because they are trying to convince you to think what they think. I think it's much more like, as a creator, I'm making a video about my opinion, where I'm basically saying, like, hey, here is my perspective added to the discussion. Do with it what you will. Like, at least most creators, right? I don't think creators are making, like, opinion-based videos because they're trying to, like, brainwash you, or because they're trying to program what opinion you're supposed to have. I think they make those because, like, people are just generally interested. Not everyone, but, like, people that watch them are just generally interested in what those individuals think, right? Like, some people that have a full-time job and have kids and only play the game a couple hours a week and whatnot, they're interested in what someone who plays the game for a full-time living thinks at a particular moment. Not necessarily because they're looking for they want that person's opinion programmed into them, but just because they're just curious of what the perspective of that individual is, right? Or maybe they haven't played enough of a particular expansion or update or something like that to, like, really have an opinion on it. So they're curious what someone who has played the entire thing does think, right? So I think, like, it's like we need a combination of, like, the creator needs to understand that they are not creating opinion-based videos because it is their responsibility to tell other people what to think, but rather because they're just putting their perspective out there, they're putting their piece of feedback out there, and people will do with it what they will. And then similarly, it is the viewer's responsibility to use their brain while watching these videos and while listening to these opinions to decide what areas they agree, what areas they disagree, what changes they want made, what things they think should stay the same, right? Like, it's the responsibility of the viewer to not be a mindless sponge that just soaks up all the opinion, right? It's more of like you're more so playing like brain ping pong. That's kind of what the idea is, right? And hey, maybe you do watch a creator's video and you agree with every single point that they make. That doesn't automatically mean that they're, like, it just so happens that you're aligned with that individual on that particular topic, right? And then sometimes you might watch one where you disagree with a lot of the opinions that a creator makes. In some of our previous Yap sessions, doesn't mean you have to hate that person. You just disagree about the way something should be on a video game, right? But yeah, it's kind of. Like I said, though, I think we definitely do have to be a little careful with. And I'm not saying that anyone in particular does this. I'm sure there are people that do it. I don't really watch any of, like, the negative-based content, so... And even if I did, it's just not really in my nature to, like, actively call people out. Just don't want to do that. But, like, we definitely do want to be, like, a little careful about over-exaggerating how bad things are for view purposes, because then we have, like, a potential negative unintended effect of people who are interested in potentially getting into the game are going to be encouraged to run as fast as they can the other direction because whoever said game sucks right now. Right. But at the same time, what if the game does suck at that particular period, right? Is it the responsibility of creators to ignore that and not provide feedback because they don't want to risk new and returning players hearing that the game's not in a bad state? I don't think that's reasonable. I think if the game's in a bad state, we should acknowledge that it's in a bad state. But it's I don't know. It's a big old can of worms, right? Big old can of worms. And Crudgington, thank you so much for the 7 months of Prime. I think what's really important, though, as players, though, who do play the game, this isn't Warframe. No, it is not. Very, very observant. Would you happen to be a detective of sorts? You saw right through my guys. I think what's really important, though, is that we as players, and this goes for every game, not just Destiny, I used to say this thing many moons ago. I used to say all the time something along the lines of, if to enjoy a video game, you require that others enjoy it as well, then you might need to do a little work on your ability to, like, block out the opinions of others, right? Because if you're playing Destiny in a bad state, right, where Destiny's not in a good state, and everyone on Twitter, everyone on Reddit, all the YouTubers or whatever are saying, you know, Destiny's not in a good spot right now, game's not in a good spot right now. If you're genuinely enjoying the game at that particular moment in time, then it shouldn't really matter what any of those people say. Like, you should not require, like, if Destiny is fun for you, and then it becomes unfun because someone else told you that it's not fun, like, I think that should be like a wake-up call of, like, that should be a wake-up call to you that you are letting other people's opinions affect your opinion way too much. Because, like, let's say someone in here enjoyed the Lightfall campaign, right? Let's say there's someone in here that enjoyed the Lightfall campaign. If the Lightfall campaign, despite you enjoying it, was made unenjoyable strictly because other people did not enjoy it. Let's be realistic now. Okay. But all right, give me a more realistic one then. Give me a more realistic one then, okay? If you wanna. No, I mean, you guys say that, but, like, I've literally had people in the chat, like, don't get me wrong, 1 out of, like, 10,000, 1 out of 100,000, who say that, like, they like Nimbus, right? So it's like, if you're an individual that likes the character Nimbus, how am I not getting red borders? Come on! If you like Nimbus, it shouldn't really, if you genuinely like them, if you think they're a cool character, and you like their voice lines or whatever, right? It shouldn't matter if the entire world thinks they're annoying or cringy or whatever. Now, sure, maybe those individuals make good points about why they think the character is bad, and then you consider those perspectives and you consider those points, and then you're like, you know what? Now that I think about it, these folks actually do make some good points. I do see where the character can be annoying. I do see where the character, et cetera, right? I'm not saying that you should just, like, automatically, like, plug your ears and not listen to anyone else's opinion if they don't like something that you do like, or vice versa. But what I am saying is that if, despite hearing other perspectives and despite hearing criticisms and critiques or whatever, if you still like something, like, it should be enough that you like it. You shouldn't need other people to also like it for you to be able to enjoy it as much as you do. I think that's part of the problem sometimes. Where it's like you have situations where people are like, oh, Destiny's not in a good state. Destiny's dying. Destiny's in a tough spot. And then I always see so many people in the community like, no, how dare you say that? It's not true. It's a lie. It's the best game, you know. I'm having a ton of fun with it right now, right? And so, like, my counter is like, okay, well, if you do genuinely feel that way, you do genuinely think the game is in a good spot right now, then why do you even care what that other person says? What do you care what 50% of the community says? What do you care what 75% of the community says if they tell you the game's in a bad spot right now? Why do you care? If you're genuinely enjoying it right now, yeah, whatever then. Let them think what they want to think, and then you can keep enjoying it, right? I don't know. Y'all know me. At the end of the day, I'm just... What? Tell me out here for a second, guys. At the end of the day, I'm just... What?